Lipids are very important in our day-to-day life. They are a group of organic substance. It is widely distributed in the plant and animal kingdoms. It is present in seeds, nuts, and fruits, while in animals it is stored in the adipose tissues, bone marrow, and nervous tissues. They are chemically, these lipids are called as esters of fatty acids and alcohol. In addition to fatty acids and alcohol, some of the lipids it contains additional groups like phosphoric acid, nitrogenous group, and carbohydrates. Lipids, we know that they are insoluble in water and soluble in organic solvents. The organic solvents are nothing but chloroform, carbon disulfide, benzene, hot alcohol. Bloor, in the year of 1947, he defined as lipids are naturally occurring compounds which are insoluble in water and are soluble in one or more organic solvents. The organic solvents are benzene, chloroform, either acetone, and it is called the fat solvent. In this slide, we are going to see about this sources of fats, which contains more quantity of fats, and some food contains the high volume of the fat. First, we are going to study about the low volume of the fat, nut butter, dark chocolate, coconut products, olive oil, and pesto. These are the low volume of fats. And high content of this fats foods are nuts, seeds, avocado, whole eggs, mozzarella, and olives. In the slide, we are going to see about the properties of lipids. Lipids may be either in the liquid form or non-crystalline solids at room temperature. The pure fats and oils are colorless, odorless, and tasteless. They are energy-rich organic molecules and insoluble in water, soluble in organic solvents like alcohol, chloroform, acetone, and benzene. There is no ionic charges, and solid triglycerides have high proportions of saturated fatty acids. Classification of lipids. The lipids are classified into three main classes: simple lipids, compound lipids, and derived lipids. The simple lipids are otherwise called homolipids. An example for this homolipids are fats and oils, waxes. The fats and oils are again classified into simple triglycerides, mixed triglycerides. Waxes are Spain whale wax, bee wax, and carnauba wax. Compound lipids, it is classified into phospholipids and glycolipids. The phospholipids examples are phosphoglycerides, lecithins, cephalins, plasmalogens, phosphoinositides, and phosphosphingosides. The glycolipids are creatine, phrenosine, nervone, axinoone. The derived lipids are again classified into steroids, terpenes, carotenoids. Steroids are cholesterol, coprostanol, cholesterol, ergosterol. Terpenes are monoterpenes, triterpenes, tetraterpenes, and polyterpenes. Carotenoids, lycopene, carotenes, and xanthophiles. Simple lipids. The simple lipids are nothing but they are the esters of fatty acids which contains various alcohols. They can be further categorized into fats and waxes. The fats are triesters of glycerols and fatty acids. The fat in the liquid state is called the oil. The waxes are esters of fatty acids with long chain monohydric alcohols. Fats. Fats are solids at room temperature. Chemically, the fats are triglycerides. Three molecules of fatty acids condenses with one molecule of glycerol. It is forming triglyceride. One molecule of triglyceride. The name of the triglyceride is glyceryl tristearate. The melting point of the fats is always depends on the chain length and degree of saturation of fatty acids. The melting points of fats are always higher than the solidification point. Example, tristain, it will melt at 720 degrees Celsius but solidifies and cooling at 520 degrees Celsius. Fats develop unpleasant odor and aging, and this is due to the auto-oxidation of this fat. This is called the rancidifications. The chemical changes that occurs during the rancidifications are called the rancidity. The fats which are liquid at room temperature, that is called the oils. Oils are also esters of fatty acids and glycerol. Oils also contains the esters of fatty acids and glycerol, but the fatty acid which is present in the oils are unsaturated fatty acid. Unsaturated fatty acid means which contains the one or more double bonds. They have low melting point and are insoluble in water. The hydrolysis of fats with alkali or enzyme lipase, it will give fatty acids and glycerols. When the fats are hydrolyzed with the alkali, the few fatty acids are react with alkali to form the salts. These salts are nothing but it is called the soaps, and the formation of the soap process is called the sabonification. Waxes. Waxes are the another class of simple lipids. They are the esters of fatty acids with a high molecular weight alcohol. The waxes contains one molecule of fatty acids and one molecule of alcohol. The B wax, the fatty acid constituents is smaller chain acid, palmitic acid, and the alcohol is mystic palmitate. And it is highly insoluble in water because of there is no double bonds in their hydrocarbon chains. These waxes are chemically inert. Wax are resistant to atmospheric conditions and also not digested by the fat splitting enzymes. They can be split slowly with the hot alcoholic potassium hydroxide. They have higher melting point. They serve as a protective coating on fruits and leaves. They play an important role in provide water barrier for insects, birds and animals. They are used in furniture polishing. Fatty acids. Fatty acids are obtained from the hydrolysis of fats. This fats contains the glycerol, and the properties of this fatty acids are differ from one fatty acids to another fatty acids. It can be defined as an organic acid. It occurs in natural triglycerides, monocarboxylic acid. The carbon length varies from carbon 4 to 24 carbon atoms. Some of the fatty acids are branched chain and have a cyclic chain at the end. The fatty acids that occurs in natural fats, it contains the even number of carbon atoms, one carboxylic acid, and are straight chain derivatives. On the basis of presence or absence of double bonds, the fatty acids are classified into two main classes: saturated fatty acids and unsaturated fatty acids. Saturated fatty acids. Saturated fatty acid means the fatty acid which do not contain any double bonds are called the saturated fatty acid. The general formula for the saturated fatty acid is CnH2n plus 1 COH. Example is butyric acid. The most abundant saturated fatty acid in nature are palmitic acid and stearic acid. The saturated fatty acids are straight chain fatty acids. These straight chain fatty acids, there's some of the fatty acids are branched chain with odd or even number carbon atoms. Example, isopalmitic acid, anti-isopalmitic acid, and tuberoclostic stearic acid. Unsaturated fatty acids. The fatty acids which contain one or more double bonds are called the unsaturated fatty acids, and the presence of numbers of double bonds. The unsaturated fatty acids are divided into two groups: monosaturated fatty acid. Monosaturated fatty acid is nothing but the fatty acids which is having one double bond. Example for that kind of fatty acid is protonic acid, oleic acid. Polyunsaturated fatty acid, poly means more. So the fatty acids which is having more than one double bonds is called the polyunsaturated fatty acid. Example is linoleic acids and allostearic acids. And this monosaturated fatty acids, there is a single bond is always lying between of carbon atom 9 and 10. So this double bond is designated as triangle 9. The symbol triangle with the superscript number 9, it is indicated the position of double bonds. Wherever the double bonds are present, there it is represented by the triangle. Presence of double bonds in fatty acids lower their melting points. Most plant fats contains the unsaturated fatty acids as oleic acid and linoleic acid, and they are liquid at room temperature. In animal fats, they have more of saturated fatty acids and they are solid at room temperature. This is the time for our assessment. Dear viewers, here I have given two questions. Kindly post your answers in the comment box. Thank you for watching this video.